now, Iris, don't pay the boy's behavior any mind. He's just letting his confusion talk. He'll come around.
No, he won't. You don't know Dennis Stryker. I hardly know him anymore.
Well, be that as it may, the boy's got plenty of time to see things differently. The succession hasn't even formally opened yet. These are just the preliminary stages.
Well, what happens if he never changes his mind?
Well, I never even thought about that. I don't think I'm going to have to think about it. Look, as I said, give the boy a little time. He's going to have enough of it to get used to his new role. And then, if you like, we'll have Ryan take Dennis under his wing and train him in some executive position for World Oil. That way he'll feel like he's more a part of things. You'll be willing to do that, wouldn't you, Ryan?
Sure, Stryker.
Somehow I'll have to persuade Dennis to do that.
Iris, try to ease yourself about the business details. I'm going to be here to keep a close eye on things for you. Don't fret yourself about details yet now.
All right, Stryker. Thank you.
Now, listen, everybody. I think that about ends our business here today. If you'll excuse me, I have to get into criminal court this afternoon for Justin's arraignment.
What? What did you say?
Well, Justin Marshall's being charged this afternoon.
And you're going to represent him?
I am?
That butcher? You're going to represent the man who killed Alex? You can't.
Yes, I can, and I will. Now, I mean to see that Justin Marshall has a fair trial. That means he's going to have competent counsel. Iris, you see, the Marshalls and the Bellmans go back a long way.
How can you? He murdered my husband. Your friend. How can you? Have you no loyalty at all? I've heard that lawyers were prostitutes, but this is unconscionable.
Iris, I regret causing you more pain. I regret your misfortunes. But I don't believe that Justin Marshall is the cause of them. He didn't kill Alex, and I mean to prove that in court. Now, if for some reason or other you see a conflict of interest in my defending Justin, I'll be perfectly happy to step aside in the matter of Alex's succession. I'm sure that Ryan will be able to find proper counsel to handle the disposition of Alex's will. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm late. I have to go. But understand me. Nothing in creation will cause me to forsake Justin Marshall in his time of need.
Terry, get me the district attorney on the phone.
But Iris,
Please, just do as I say.
you were there. Did you hear what was said?
I don't think so. I can't remember.
Try, please. It could be important.
You never called or came by the club. I've been broadcasting a game only. What are you trying to do, man? Coming here like this, carrying that thing? You crazy punk, are you trying to ruin me?
You try and ruin me, old buddy.
Lord, you're drunk as a skunk. Can't you stay sober for one day? Wait until after the wedding. You can stay drunk for a month on champagne after that.
Well, you listen. Oh, buddy. I thought this whole thing out. I want to know who in the world you're to get crazy enough to take a pot shot at Alice Wheeler on his wedding day, huh? You want to get done? Do it yourself. Here.
No. Sorry. I guess I just wasn't paying attention. I was working on a story.
It's a shame. It could have been some kind of planning session.
Yes, well, I have work of my own to do, if you'll excuse me, Sam. Good luck.
Thanks.
attorney himself referred me to you, Mr. Blackwell, so surely you can tell me more than that. I know Justin Marshall is to be arraigned today. What I need to know is the charge you intend to bring. As Alex Wheeler's widow, I feel I have a right to know that much.
Yes, Mrs. Wheeler. I'll tell you where we are with this thing right now.
Please.
I've just been going over the ballistic study, and we have a very weak case. Marshall's paraffin test came back negative.
Paraffin?
Well, that's how we determine if the suspect has fired a weapon recently. It's not foolproof.
He could have worn gloves.
Yes, I suppose that's possible. But beyond that, we haven't been able to make a definite match with the bullet fragments and the rifle found in Marshall's car.
What does that mean exactly?
In terms of the case, we made a tentative decision to ask that Justin Marshall be bound over on suspicion of murder charge.
Suspicion?
Just for now. What with the ballistic...
That won't do. It's not good enough. Justin Marshall murdered my husband. And I will bring in any ballistics expert in the world to help you prove that. But in the meantime, you simply cannot let him out on bail. Now, if he were merely a suspect, he could get bail, couldn't he?
Well, yes.
But not if he's charged with first-degree murder.
There'd be no bail in that case.
Can you arrange that?
First-degree murder...
Since it's obvious he's guilty, I trust you will arrange that he's charged with what he did.
Mrs. Wheeler, until we have a stronger case, I'm not certain that that's the wisest thing to do.
Ah, very well, young man. I'll speak to the district attorney, and he'll see that you do the right thing.
No, that won't be necessary. I guess we'd get there anyway, eventually. So, all right, Mrs. Wheeler, I agree with you. The charge will be first-degree murder.
Good. I'm glad to hear you say that, Mr. Blackwell. Thank you. Am I to assume you don't share my feelings, even though it was your uncle Justin murdered?
Well, you can assume that I'd feel more comfortable if the law was just allowed to take its natural course without outside influence, yes.
Then we have no disagreement. That course suits me fine as long as it sends Justin Marshall where he belongs.
Look, perhaps you've forgotten. I heard Alex say that he didn't believe Justin shot him.
Yes, I remember that. It was the final, generous gesture of a man who was loving and kind. But I intend to see that he has his vengeance.
Iris, where are you going?
I'm going to the court building for that arraignment. I'm going to make sure that young man does charge Justin with first-degree murder, as he said he would.
Look, I don't think you should be going anywhere.
But I have to.
Come on, you look weak. When's the last time you've eaten?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
You haven't eaten anything since this all started. Look, why don't you do as you planned? Go to the yacht, get some rest. Just forget about all this vengeance right now. Just let the law take its own course as it should, please.
Yes, perhaps. Yes. I want to go to the yacht. I feel close to him there. On the yacht where we met. That's what I need. To feel him near me again. Be close to him. I need that even more than vengeance.
Terry, make arrangements for Iris to go to the yacht, will you please?